By now, you might be familiar with the Projectile-Go-Round quest, a newly added quest in Update 48 that makes it so that projectiles are swapped with projectiles of other towers on screen. I mentioned then I would love to see this mechanic added as a mod to any other game mode, and well, my wishes have come true. Last year has made it so that this mechanic works in any game mode. Big shout out to him because there were a lot of things that I had in mind in terms of what I wanted to play around with this mechanic that I couldn't do originally because it was only an 80 rounder. I know there was a way to get the free play in that quest, but we're over on easy map and cubism here so that I can try my first crazy challenge, and that is how high of a round can I make it with this mechanic. First off, before we even talk about getting strong towers, we should probably make money, and that's why I dropped the farm here. And what I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna get rid of the free dart monkey and just make it so that the tack shooter instead is the other tower, because as you see, it basically, every time it shoots out, it does 20 times 8 money because it's 8 projectiles, and it doesn't look like it's like individual. If it's either 50-50, every shot is 8 bananas or 8 tacks like it is originally. And again, this is why this mechanic was not added to Rogue Legends. It's way too easy to break it. And again, I'm gonna break it here, so think to make even more money, Tack Sprayer now will make us 16 times 25. And again, you can see how quickly this gets out of hand. The next thing on the list, probably just be a ref to make more money. And then ultimately a Banana Central. So now it's, how much is that? 375 times 2016. The snowballing is real. It's not even round 10 yet, and we're gonna get our first tier 5. Easy. Make more money from each crate by doing a Monkey City. Oh, actually, my bad. It has to be in range of the tack shooter, the Monkey City, because that's where the banana's coming out from. So now it's, I think, all right, 1740 per, but that's actually not the highest. If you want the single strongest money projectile, that belongs to the Monkeyopolis. If we make a big Monkeyopolis, I guess in the bottom left corner here, we can almost certainly exceed that 1700 amount. I'm just gonna do a casual, how much is this? 9 farms, all 420. As you see, already at $1 million. And we're making a lot less this round because I've diluted the pool so that, you know, there's a much lower chance of this being a B Central. So that's why I think it's better, at least in theory, to only have like 1 or 2 towers in the field. 1 tower to like either make the maximum damage, and the other one to provide the strong projectile for the other tower to do maximum damage. And I didn't take a look there, but how much money is this making now? Gotta sell this, and wait, $0? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Why is it at 0? It looks like the Monkeyopolis is making 23.28, like when it came out from this naturally. So I'm not sure if this is a bug or I'm missing something. Correct me if I'm missing something. If I buy it back again, let's see if it works. No, it's still at 0. Weird. All right, testing with Dartling Gun, and it seems like the same thing. Every Monkeyopolis projectile is $0. And for some reason, it's flashing the money icon, as you see here. I don't know why it's doing that. I saw this working with other people in the quest, so right now I'm just going to assume it might be a mod thing, and that's why it's not working. Anyway, it does not matter because we already have more than enough money with this combo wave here, because now I think we can worry about damage. Obviously, it's still only round 20, but I think it's pretty obvious that you would want paragons for the end game, so we're going to think about that. And I've heard that in terms of like the paragon slash tower that gets you the most projectiles, well, that would be the tank paragon. Correct me if I'm wrong also, but I'm pretty sure the degree of the paragon matters, because 1, higher paragon degrees give you more attack speed, and also more damage on said projectile. And that's why I think goal number 1 right now should be get degree hinge attack. That's going to be really easy, because we already hit the pop requirement slash money requirement, given this thing has made 8 million, so I think I just need like 20 paragon totems, and we're good. For lead balloons, let me not dilute the pool. If I do a Jerry Fire, it shouldn't mess with anything, right? No. Actually, whoa. It is diluting the pool. Look at that. Looks like the attack zone shooting out the D-Brat, so that's interesting. That even the sub-towers technically count. It's losing us money, but again, it doesn't matter at this point. It took us basically 10 rounds to have all the money we'll need for the rest of the game. I only got this for lead popping, but holy crap, that's insane. It looks like the projectile attack from the Inferno Ring is like considered the, not the ring attack, but the meteor, which is actually kind of crazy. These are 1,000 damage meteors coming in from the attack zone, 32 of them at a time. Might be one of the most broken ones, honestly, that I didn't even realize. Don't forget with the Tack Paragon that it will attack no matter if there's like no balloon in range, which is even better than, well, what these things are doing. Like, it's only shooting once every 10 seconds, but it's blasting through everything and making a lot of money. Anyway, I think we have enough Paragon totems now that we easily get 100. Don't even have to drop the other towers in. Look at that. Constant 1,500 coming out. Good God, the lag. It's currently making $100,000 per second. I think we'll let it run until we truly have enough money. So maybe, I don't know. I think 100 million and we're probably safe. We also can't get higher than $1,500 because Paragons can't be buffed. So the Monkey City buff doesn't work on it. Okay, this is kind of sad. Even if I sell the other towers, I think it's just the Paragon itself causing all the lag here. I had to restart because, like, the whole game because it was unplayable. Look how smooth the game is now. Okay, new plan. Let's go back to round, or the round before I got the Tack Paragon. Let's see, was it 57? Yeah, okay. And let's not get the Tack Paragon yet, alright? We'll just keep it in the back for now. I guess we ought to go with the other tower that I had in mind. That would be the Damager that provides the big damage projectile. And that is, well, Super Mines into, you guessed it, the recent Paragon. First off, I need to get this to make enough money. Just so you know, the unfortunate thing is that projectiles from abilities do not count towards the randomness of the projectile. Wouldn't that be fun, though? If the carpet spewed out Super Mines all over the track. Finally, we can get to 300, I believe, this round, and nice. If it works how I think it should in theory, then we should be spewing out giant spike piles with other towers. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I was looking for. And with that, I think it's officially game over for the Bloons, because this is just simply a 0-0-0, darling. I'm starting slow here. And the more I think about it, is going for the Tack Paragon actually the best play, especially if it causes lag. I'm also going to do a round skip, because obviously this is way too easy right now with a degree 100 projectile. Let's drop all the way to 200 and take a look. FPS down to 0, and we did so much damage that Mr. Bad went sideways. That's right. I must repeat, it's only a 0-0-0, darling, and we've diluted it right now with Geraldo and the Tack Zone. If I get rid of Geraldo, then now we're going to shoot even more. And I honestly am just considering getting rid of the Tack Shooter, Tack Zone. Like, the lag is already kind of rough with one Darling gun. Imagine if we had the lag from earlier combined with this, yeah. No Paragons. I think we can go the rest of the way with just the Giant Spike Factory, plus some other tower. Round 240 is still holding strong, kinda, but you can see... I think we could use more projectiles. Let's do faster barrel spin. Let's do buckshot too, because I like the funny burst of what is, I think, yeah, a giant stack of Super Mines, as you see. Also, yes, I am aware if you give attack speed buffs to the tower, like the jungle drums, then that helps even more. And Homeland too, and I guess 10 Ultra Boost. Alright, here's Homeland, and I think that was a mistake because my FPS dropped like 10 times. Whoops. Now, I wonder, because, like, the projectiles coming out from a tower that can be buffed, whether or not the Spike Factory spikes are getting the Pierce bonus from Homeland, because I feel like that could be one explanation for why the game is running so much slower. Like, there's no way just double attack speed would do this, right? I feel like double Pierce would be a good reason why it's dropped down to a standstill, but who knows? I know the lag is really bad, but let me just see what happens if we upgrade to a Bez here. Now, to me, it seems like it's shooting out more of the Bez bullets, more than the Spike Factory, and also it's way more dense than Buckshot, that's for sure. Something tells me I probably shouldn't go for projectiles that stack, because I feel like calculating everything at once is a big reason for lag, so okay, that's enough, darling. Action, let me see if I can pivot. Well, how about go back to Tack Shooter, but just don't upgrade to, I guess, the Tack Zone, or rather the Paragon. Let's just start at a lowly 000 attack. And how far does that get me? Is it better than 000 Dartling so far? I would say yes. Oh, F-Bad's last corner. I guess it's time to upgrade. Overdrive? To see if we can clutch up. And I have a feeling this is going to be a common theme for the rest of the run here. And that is the low FPS, man. It's also the fact that the big spikes are spawning mini spikes every single time it gets hit. I don't think there's a reasonable way to see a high round here without lagging the game completely. And I just realized that this is the same issue as the Dartling gun. Basically, whenever it shoots out, it's a stack of spikes rather than individually. So let's pivot to something that doesn't stack. Again, I'd rather personally a consistent 3 DPS or FPS rather than, you know, smooth and then stop, smooth and then stop. Alright, here's round 300. Looks like the 000 Super is struggling. On the bright side, the FPS isn't at 0. But it's definitely going to get even closer to there because I think I have to upgrade the Super Monkey soon. The most amount of projectiles our Super Monkey shoots is the Sun Avatar, 3 at a time instead of the 1 that currently shoots, and at a faster attack speed at that. Just to give you an indication of how far off we are from, like, the maximum possible damage. Here's round 350, by the way. I upgraded to Plasma for 50% attack speed, but doesn't seem like it's handling well. What you're watching is also on super fast forward, by the way, so in reality, it's, again, 3 FPS throughout the entire round. And that's game. Now, I can't not show you what happened with Sun Avatar plus Spike Paragon combo, so here it is. If it wasn't already, the game is officially unplayable. Now, counting in seconds per frame, this would take hours to finish a round. For fun, here is Tack Paragon plus Spike Paragon combo. The spikes seem to drop rapidly right next to the track, and I'm not even going to wait to see what would happen once this balloon touches here. I'd rather see the game not crash again. Thank you very much. I guess our next question has to be, what's the next best projectile combo to get to the highest round that doesn't induce crippling lag? And for that, I think we'll go back to the OG Goliath doomship. I'm assuming this is the second best paragon projectile after the Spike Factory. Once again, spawn out the D100. The reason why I think that is because, well, number one, it's the most expensive paragon, so the projectile has to be good. But secondly, normally a lot of the forward-facing darts miss, or missiles miss. So if all of them hit with a certain projectile, then, again, in theory, it should be good. Even the paragon itself is going to work because, remember, every projectile bounces off a wall. Back to round 250 as a test. Time to drop other towers. So, Dartling gun. Actually, oh, it's only 1,000 damage each shot. That's bad. That is nowhere near as good as I expected. Can I get a Tack zone to clutch this up? That's a decent amount of damage, but died to camos. Wow, this is already so much worse than the Spike Paragon. But okay, now that we get the Tack zone in a better position, and here to start, it's pretty clean, don't you think? And once again, this is without Homeland or the Ultra Boost right now. Still, F-Pad's getting really far, so I don't know if I like that. Barely clutched through 250. That's a bit of concern. How about round 300 with a Homeland ability now? It seems a lot better. But I added Sun Avatar too, and things are still reaching the exit. So I don't know. Despite that, looks like we will be able to get past round 300. But again, with much difficulty, and it looks like the lag is starting to creep up on us. We're probably dead to the DTs actually, yeah. What the hell. Next on list, how about degree 100 ninja? I feel like individual shuriken attacks are pretty strong. It actually feels like it's like spewing out more than just the black shuriken. It's also sticky bombs occasionally, and the bombs. Don't know if that's a good thing, but it did seem like it beat 200 pretty easily, although lag still seems to be a big issue. Well, not wasting any time putting it to the test instantly. Oh my god, the lag is way worse than Ace. Why? You guys aren't seeing this, but my memory usage just shot up like from 1 gig to 6 gigs on BT6. Something is wrong with the Ninja. Alright, this setup looks pretty awesome, and surprisingly, it isn't that laggy so far. Just Tack Zone and Degree 100 Wizard Paragon melt 250. I think what's really helping is, I guess, the Wall of Fire effect. Again, it shoots any projectile from the wizard, so that includes Metamorphosis, that includes the Phoenix. Don't want to jump to conclusions after just 2 rounds, but I think we found the right one. And just as I was about to celebrate, the game froze. Well, ultimately, I think this was a bit of a failed experiment. Knew it'd be bad, but didn't think it would be so bad we could not see the true highs potential. Round 350 went about 5 minutes before it froze yet again, but it does look like at that pace, my Tack Zone plus Homeland ability was looking like it was probably going to kill those F-bats there. Here's how bad the leg would be if we didn't use Paragons. With Tack Zone plus Mad Combo, it's honestly pretty good. Granted, it's still only round 250, so it definitely wouldn't have passed the other Paragons, but good enough for me, and I probably did speak too soon. I think no matter what you do, the leg is unavoidable, mostly because every projectile bounces off wall, so they'll never expire, or at least it'll take a while for them to expire. So we'll never have any less than 10,000 projectiles on screen at the same time, if we keep Tack Zone. Want to see me break the game with Super Mines? Well, here you go. So with that said, let me know if you have any other ideas with this mod that could work in some other environment where it isn't as laggy, and is still interesting. Otherwise, click here for more cool stuff.